Hello and welcome. Today we will be covering ship knowledge slots and books in Naval Action. If you played this game a few years ago when it was in early access, this feature may not have been implemented yet. Ship knowledge is a natural progression that you need to go through in each ship you sail, and is essentially how you rank up a specific ship. If any of this information is old news or you want to jump to a specific topic, you can click on the timestamps below in the description. To get started, let's go over the ship interface in port so you have a general understanding of what all these boxes mean. When you have a ship selected in port, you could press the button that looks like a gear on the bottom of the screen. This shows the equipment tab. Moving left to right, you can see cannon caliber info, upgrade slots, and available ship knowledge slots. On the far right, you can see an overview of different sailing statistics for the vessel. Cannon caliber info shows the different guns that specific ship can equip and the guns you currently have on board. Upgrade slots are where you can attach special ship upgrades. These are one-time use items that improve different elements of the ship. Once they are attached, you will need to right-click and destroy if you want to get rid of them or switch them out for a different upgrade. Finally, we have ship knowledge slots on the right. Every time you sink enemy AI or player ships, you will receive a certain amount of XP that work towards unlocking these slots. As you can see, I have one box unlocked on this Pandora, and I currently have 352 out of 1,300 XP needed to unlock the next slot. Generally speaking, you will get more XP for sinking more difficult ships. So if I were to take this Pandora, which is a 5th rate, out into the water and sink a 4th rate, which is a stronger vessel, I would get more XP points than I would if I sunk a Pickle or a Privateer, which are 7th rate vessels and much easier to kill. If you hear people talking about 5-boxing a ship, that means they have unlocked all of the ship knowledge slots for that particular ship, which can take some time. Now that we know what these different boxes and symbols mean and how to unlock more knowledge slots, let's talk about the different types of ship knowledge there are in the game. So by clicking on the open knowledge slot, you can see there are 5 classifications of knowledge: boarding, survival, turning and speed, gunnery, and crew. You will have some basic knowledge that the game has provided for you, but the really good skill knowledge will be found through knowledge books, which can be found on dead enemies, or in the shop and admiralty stores in port. This is why it is always important to loot the enemy ships you sink, because they may have a ship knowledge book in their cargo hold that you have not learned already. Speaking of learning ship knowledge, let's look at an example of how you would use or learn a knowledge book. So since I don't have any knowledge books on hand that I collected from a sunken enemy, let's go to the admiralty store and click books. If you hover over each book, it will tell you whether you already know that knowledge or not. It looks like I already know ballast turning for 4th and 5th rates, but I don't know climbing for 4th and 5th rates. It costs 1,000 doubloons, which I know I have in my money chest, so I'm going to buy it. Now that I purchased it, it will now appear in my warehouse. I need to right-click and select Use to learn this ship knowledge. Now it will be available for my Pandora since it is a 5th rate, and I can select it in the Equipment tab under Knowledge Slots. People often ask, what is the best ship knowledge or skill to equip on my ship? And the answer to that question lies in what ship you are using, what wood it is made of, and what you intend to do with that ship. So let's look at this Pandora and pretend that I have 5-boxed or unlocked all of the ship knowledge slots available on it. I can select up to 5 different skills. This ship is made of a teak frame and white oak planking, which is a very common player versus player build. Say you want to do a lot of boarding. You would want to invest time in gathering boarding skills to use. Maybe you just like to shoot your cannons at your enemies and call it a day. So since this is a smaller 5th rate, you would want to put a turning skill on the ship so that you can easily turn and deflect incoming fire, and you'd probably also want to put some cannon reloading or penetration skills on, which also depends on your cannons. I have 9-pound long cannons, and they already reload pretty quickly, so I don't necessarily need to put this reloading skill on it. A skill book that aids in cannon penetration would probably be more beneficial, since 9-pound cannons are not as effective against heavier frigates. So the answer to the question of what type of skill books you should use is a pretty subjective one. You need to consider what types of actions you expect your ship to do, what your ship is made of, and what types of enemies you'll be facing. I hope this video was informative and helped to shed some light on the complexities of ship knowledge. If you would like a tutorial on any other aspects of the game, please leave a comment below with your suggestions. Thanks for watching.